I go on a lot of trips, whether it's for work or for personal, and I've noticed that I've become so good at capturing moments whenever there's a paycheck behind it, but I wasn't always good at capturing the everyday stuff. I go to Breckenridge with my fiance's family. I go to Italy with my family. And over again, I was just a little upset with myself of not capturing those little moments, but capturing what I thought was great work for other people. So the whole idea started whenever I was taking a trip to Banff. I went there with my Canon R5, my 24-70, and a Canon PowerShot 8-2200. And something I noticed was that I really enjoyed shooting on that little point and shoot, but I then began to want a camera that was the size of the point and shoot, but good enough quality where if I took a photo that I really liked, I could edit it the way I wanted, and I could blow it up the size of a wall if I wanted to. I could put it on a billboard if I wanted to. I then, just like so many people, went online and I was searching around for a camera because I wanted it to be a small size, but I never had a camera that was only designed for personal content. I didn't want to break the bank. The camera that I decided to go with was the Ricoh GR II. I got it for $800 off of MPB. Guess what? Came, it was broken, the flash didn't work, got a new one. Now we're working with something. This camera was 12 megapixels, good enough quality that I could actually work with it. I could edit them because they were raw photos, and it started to open my eyes to this more casual daily photo style. It was almost like street photography of your own personal life, which is where I really gravitated towards it because it was taking photos of the people you love in a creative way. Whenever I travel, whenever I just go about my everyday life, I tend to not be very easy on my camera gear. Is it a fault of mine? Maybe. Does it bother me? Not really, to be honest, because I buy this gear with the intention of actually using it. So over time, the Ricoh GR II started to break down a little bit. Today, it's actually totally broken, but it was just like little finicky things where sometimes it wouldn't turn on, sometimes the lens wouldn't go back into the camera, and it began to drive me crazy. And alongside that, I started to want to capture video of my life. I guess the photo just started to get old for me, and I wanted to capture something more unique because a lot of the work that I do is video. But I also knew that the Ricoh was not going to be able to capture that video. So I needed something different to continue to express myself. All I really care about whenever I'm doing personal stuff is expressing myself creatively. Now I'm on my trip to Asia, still thinking about how I'm a little bit upset how I'm not shooting more video than photo, and I went to a camera store in Singapore. Funny enough, I actually thought about getting a Sony ZV-E10, but I didn't want to do that because I have the whole Canon ecosystem and I didn't want to buy a whole new camera. And then I found the RF28mm 2.8. This lens was everything I wanted. And this started to allow me to create the postcard type of vibe that I really like, and it seems like a lot of people really like on social media. And with this lens, I would take it home, I would take it on a golf trip with my buddies, I would film my nunny cooking in the kitchen, which ended up being something that I'm gonna cherish for a while because these were the moments that I was trying to capture when I bought the Ricoh GR II. And then to start to have video of it was really, really special to me. But then just as fast as I bought the Ricoh, enjoyed shooting photo, switched over back to the R5 with the small lens, I wanted to go back to photo. The thing that I hate the most about capturing my everyday life is that sometimes it becomes a chore and you don't really want to do it, but I always force myself to be okay with not shooting if I don't want to. If I'm hanging out with my friends, I don't have to bring a camera. Even if I want to, sometimes it is the reset that you want. But capturing your everyday life is special in the same way. So I wanted to stop doing video for my personal work, that is. Went back to photo. Ricoh wasn't working. The PowerShot wasn't doing it for me. I ideally wanted a camera that I could shoot both photo and video on and actually be pumped about the resolution that it gave me. So here comes, yes, I know I'm cliche, the Fuji X100VI. At the end of the day, your talent is mostly amplified whenever you're shooting things that you care about. And for me, having a camera that can shoot both photo and video, it allows me to capture the perfect images of the people that I love, and takes me back to when I think about how I had a camera even earlier, or I see old photos of myself. I think about how I didn't pick up a camera before my pappy passed away, and I wish I could have taken some good portraits of him. And I wish I could have just taken photos of the family events that he was at, because whenever I see these old photos, I'm like, oh, they're so cool, but I wish I could have taken some. And I try to keep that in the back of my mind, because what's happening right now is gonna be a memory down the road. It's just really cool to be able to share your love for whatever you do, even if you're making a career off of it, if you're not, finding an outlet to be able to do it in your everyday life. I can't really recommend it more.